What up, y'all? This is Tracy from Nerd Squish, and today we're going to talk about the first official trailer for Leigh Whannell's Wolfman. Back in 2020, it was announced that we were getting another Wolfman film, and boy was I excited. I was so excited I couldn't think about anything else. It consumed my brain. All I thought about was Lawrence Talbot and the Wolfman and Wolfsbane and full moons, and it was great. It was a good time to be alive. I was excited about this. That has since changed. A lot of changes have happened since then. We lost Ryan Gosling, we lost Derek Cianfrance, and this thing has kind of formed its own new werewolf story. And at this point, it's been 4 years, so I feel like I have just been waiting a lifetime for this movie. And look, through all of these changes, I've tried to remain positive as a Wolfman fan. And then they unveiled the design at Halloween Horror Nights 2024. And just like the rest of the event this year, it was very disappointing. I don't know who this old man with the sausage fingers is, but I don't like it. A lot of people tried to defend this design by saying that this wasn't the actual Wolfman, but perhaps the werewolf that bites him. Now, I don't understand why they think that argument would save this design because, you know, if it's the werewolf that bites him, wouldn't he turn into whatever bit him? Now, that's not always the case, and I realize that, okay? There are situations where people get bit by things, and they don't look like that thing. My favorite TV show of all time, Big Wolf on Campus, is a great example of that. In the pilot episode of the series, you see Tommy bit by, you know, what one assumes is just a wolf, like a big wolf. You zoom in, it kind of looks like a Rottweiler. That's an argument for another day. But clearly, he's a werewolf. He doesn't look like the thing that bit him. And then even further than that, he meets the werewolf that bites him later on in the series. And that design doesn't look like, okay, right, so this isn't necessarily the argument. It happens in the werewolf lore. Regardless, this argument does not make me feel better about this hot trash. I feel personally victimized by this design, and I do not like it. This design was so brutally made fun of that Halloween Horror Nights removed the character and the stage altogether. It was then replaced by a generic Halloween Horror Nights backdrop and photo op. In the same week that this design was unveiled, a teaser trailer was dropped for Wolfman coming to theaters in January 2025. Now, this teaser didn't really reveal much. We got some Oregon scenery, we got some family drama, and we got some transformation close-up details. The teaser was actually pretty good. It done teased me, I guess you could say, and I was actually excited for this Wolfman film. Then on October 18th, 2024, Blumhouse dropped the first official trailer for the Wolfman film, and I was excited. The minute I saw it, I clicked so fast, having the hopes of seeing a cool werewolf and maybe having my faith restored in this project. So let's take a look at this trailer and break down the details. But before we do that, if you're new here, this is Nerd Squish, where we take everything spooky and we take everything nerdy and we squish it all together. So if you like horror movies, werewolves, and pop culture, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos from us in the future. First and foremost, let's look at the synopsis of the film. Christopher Abbott stars as Blake, a San Francisco husband and father who inherits his remote childhood home in rural Oregon after his own father vanishes and is presumed dead. With his marriage to his high-powered wife Charlotte fraying, Blake persuades Charlotte to take a break from the city and visit the property with their young daughter Ginger. But as the family approaches the farmhouse in the dead of night, they're attacked by an unseen animal, and in a desperate escape, barricade themselves inside the home as the creature prowls the perimeter. As the night stretches on, however, Blake begins to behave strangely, transforming into something unrecognizable, and Charlotte will be forced to decide whether the terror within their house is more lethal than the danger outside. So our trailer starts off with our family. They're in a moving van. Some kind of crash, some kind of accident happens, and the dad, Blake, is worrying about the well-being of his daughter. Now, before we move any further, let's talk about these names real quick. You'll notice that the names of the characters in this Wolfman film are not the same names that we used in the original 1941 classic Wolfman movie, nor its 2010 remake. However, the daughter's name is Ginger, and I have to assume that that is a little nod to Ginger Snaps, a fantastic werewolf film. So anyway, we're still in this van. Something is still attacking the van, dragging a body away from it. It's insane. So they decide, you know what, we're not far away from the farmhouse that we're staying in. Let's just go run to that for safety. We see that the dad has been bit by whatever attacked them, and he's starting to act pretty weird, and it's scaring both his wife and his daughter. At the very end of the trailer, we see mom and daughter trying to make an escape in a very old truck, and it is at this point that we see a glimpse of our Wolfman. But don't get too excited, because it does in fact appear to be the same design that we saw at Halloween Horror Nights. A weird rabid old man, if you will. And clearly, Blumhouse did not have the same reaction to the bullying that Halloween Horror Nights did, because there he is, still looking ratchet. Blumhouse, Lee Winnell, what are you doing? Who is approving these decisions? Are they showing up to work drunk? Because come on! There was no way that people sat at, some fancy little table and threw around ideas and saw this design and said, yes, this right here, that is our 2025 Wolfman. But I guess that did happen. And the reason this is really a shame is I really like the concept and story. Everything else besides the Wolfman design that I see in this trailer, I love. I love the idea of this family trapped in this isolated farmhouse. And they're in there with the person that should be protecting them the most, but coincidentally, he's the thing that is the most dangerous to them in this very moment. It looks like the transformation is going to be a slow burn that evolves over the entirety of the film. And honestly, I like the little details. The close-up of the creepy fingernails, the way his wife is talking to him, but everything just sounds warped and twisted to him because he's going through this insane transformation. For Lee Winnell's approach to a classic monster, he decided to focus on the concept of the disease. And this makes a lot of sense considering that this was written during the pandemic. His story follows the tragedy of disease seeping into your life and how you really don't get that much time with your loved ones. Which again, I love this idea because I like thinking about werewolfism or lycanthropy as this life-altering degenerative disease. But did they really have to make him look like this? He looks like a homeless old man. He looks like that one episode in Big Wolf where Merton was turned into a caveman. I don't understand this decision at all. I can get behind original, fresh takes on something that's been around for as long as werewolves and werewolf movies have been, right? It's fine to do something original. This is not the originality that we're looking for, okay? And there's a part of me that still remains hopeful that this is not his final form. That this is perhaps just a moment during the transformation and still not the monstrous beast that he will fully become. However, due to the reveal at Halloween Horror Nights and then seeing this clip, I don't think that's the case. The Universal monsters are once again suffering the modern Lee Winnell effect. They're taking the monster out of Universal monsters. At least with this one, the story seems to be more interesting than The Invisible Man. We seem to be focusing more on someone becoming an actual monster, even if it looks dumb as hell, instead of someone who can be seen as a monster because they're abusive. So there you have it. More details leading to a very disappointing Wolfman remake. But hey, at least we have werewolves coming out in December to look forward to. It's sad that a lower budget production company can have cooler werewolves than a Blumhouse production movie, but hey, that's the world that we live in. What are your thoughts on this Wolfman trailer? Let me know in the comments. You know, I'm a moviegoer. I love the experience of going to the movies, whether it's a movie that I've been waiting years to come out or something that I just heard about and I'm like, hey, you know what? We don't have anything to do. Let's go to the movies. I love the experience. However, I think this is one that unless I hear otherwise, I think I'm gonna skip this in the movies. I don't want to keep giving these people money to make the trash. Okay, so I'm gonna have to wait until this streams for free because if I just keep giving them my money and complaining about it, they still got my money. So they're still gonna make movies like this. So we'll see. If the movie comes out and I hear people praising special effects or praising the werewolf design, I will run to the theaters right then and there. But as of right now, this will be a wait till it streams for free kind of a situation. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so when new videos hit the channel, you'll be notified. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you nerds later. Hopefully when there's better Wolfman movies.